Hello and welcome to your latest Maths Wizard video. We are going to be looking at negative numbers today, so we're going to be focusing particularly on multiplication and division. So during this video, it's all about the skills that you're going to be using are about knowing your key negative number rules and also applying them using various sums. So we're going to look at some multiplications first. So this first key rule is this. If you multiply a negative number and a negative number together, you will get a positive answer. Okay, so for example there we've got -5 times -4, that gives you 20. Loads and there's obviously trillions and trillions of other examples, but let's say, I don't know, -3 times -7, that's going to give you positive 21. -6 times -6 will give you 36. And this is kind of important thing as well. Whenever you square a negative number, let's say you do -10 squared, that will give you 100, or minus, I don't know, 8 squared, that will give you positive 64. Okay, so a negative times a negative will always give you a positive. Now in contrast to that, if you multiply a negative number and a positive number, you will always get a negative answer. So we've got -5 times 4 there, which is -20. That also works if it's 4 times -5 as well. You will still get -20. So it doesn't matter. I mean, with multiplication, it doesn't actually matter which way around you multiply anyway. If we've got -6 times 5, that will give you -30, for example, there, and that would be the same if it was 6 times -5. You would still get -30. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 questions there just to practice with. Think really carefully on that question 5. So I'll put that one in as a bit of a challenge, really, just to get you thinking a little bit more. So if you pause your video and have a go at these 5 questions. Okay, and here are your answers to these. So we mentioned this before, whenever you square a negative number, it will become a positive. But whenever you cube it, here, because you're doing -10 times -10 first, that will give you 100. But then you are doing 100 times -10, which is why you will end up with a negative number when you cube a number. So just be really careful with that. That's sometimes where people get caught out a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at the divisions then. So key rule here is if you divide a negative number by a negative number, you will get a positive answer. So we've got -55 divided by -5 there. You will definitely get a positive answer whenever you do that. Okay, so let's give some other examples. For example, if we do, I don't know, -30 divided by -6, that will give us positive 5. Okay, and remember with division, obviously if you do this the other way around, if you do -5 divided by -55, now you will still get a negative answer, but remember you're not going to get 11. So remember with division, it does matter which way around you divide. Okay, it does matter for that. Okay, you'll essentially get 0.09 recurring for that if you're interested as to what that is. But just be careful with your division. You've got to get your numbers the right way around with there. It's only addition and multiplication where it doesn't matter which way around you do the sum. Okay, another division rule then. So very similar to the multiplications really. If you've got a negative and a positive, you will get a negative answer. So we've got -4 divided by 5 there, which will give you -8. If we did -10 divided by 5, we will get -2. Just work the other way around as well here. If you've got 40 divided by -5, that will still give you -8 as well. So the key thing with division, when they're both different, so when you've got one positive and one negative, you will get a negative answer. Okay, so have a little practice with these then. Okay, so here are your answers to these questions. So if we look, remember, we've got a negative divided by a negative, which will always give us a positive, but a positive divided by a negative or a negative divided by a positive will always give us a negative answer. So the key thing with multiplication and division, it's when they're both different, you will always get a negative answer there. That's it for this video. I will do another video on addition and subtraction with negative numbers, but thank you very much for listening. Hope you found this useful. There are lots of other resources online like Maths Genie, Corbett Maths, loads of other things which will help you if you do need to work on this a little bit more. But that is it for today. Thank you very much. And if you like what you're hearing, please hit subscribe. I will be uploading loads more videos in the future, which will help you if you are studying the GCSE Maths Foundation syllabus. Thank you very much. Bye bye.